everybody, welcome back. How's everybody doing? We're about a week into a completely different world, at least up here. It's about a week in. I don't know about you guys, but I seem to be a little tense while I sleep. I must be sleeping kind of like this. I wake up and my jaw is really sore, my shoulders feel really tight. So we're gonna do a little something to move around the shoulders, the neck a little bit, and the rest of the body. Hopefully just taking a moment to pause, to get on your mat, to move around, can give you a pause on everything else that's going on right now. I found myself tuned to the news more than I usually am, tuned into my emails more than I usually am, and that just has this going on inside my body. So take some time, if you're like me at all, if you have a little bit of this going on, take some time to calm it down, to put it all on pause, to get back into the physical body, out of the head space. And maybe that'll help feel better a little bit. So as always, you can do this with your favorite music on if you like, just put it on in the background. If not, you don't have to do that, it's your practice. If you have blocks, I always have my 2 blocks handy, a blanket handy if you want a little extra support. You can use a towel, you can use whatever you have around the house. If you've got some big books, you might be able to use them instead of blocks. I'm not sure, I haven't tried that yet. But we'll just get started in a comfortable seat. So it could be cross-legged. I like sitting on one of my blocks. So if you want to do that, feel free. I'm just taking a position that really does feel comfortable because we're here for a little bit. So if you already feel uncomfortable right when you're starting off, it's not going to give you a great starting point for dropping in because they'll just be like this, oh, my hip, or oh, my knees aren't happy. So get yourself nice and comfy, taking any support you need to do that. Sitting up nice and tall, do a couple shoulder rolls. Hello. And then letting the eyes close or just taking a gaze to the floor or your lap if that feels more comfortable. Inviting a deep breath in and sigh it out. And take another deep breath in and let it go. And using the breath to already help you slow down. Starting to put a pause on any mental to-do lists, any plans. Letting go of whatever was happening prior to you getting on your mat. Letting go of whatever you've read and seen. And just taking this time for yourself to drop in and see what's showing up through the different layers of you. So how does your physical body feel today? What's showing up, any places that might need a little extra love and care, places that feel strong, places that feel open. Tuning into the natural breath, and without changing anything, how are you naturally breathing today? Is it shallow? Is it more deep? Is it moving quickly? Is it moving slowly? And as you tune into the natural breath, where do you feel it moving? And getting curious about the activity in the mind without needing to change anything, just getting curious. Oh, that's showing up, or oh, there's a lot of activity, okay. And just notice. And notice your energy at this point in your day, at this point in your week. What's your energy like? And then come back to the breath, starting to deepen the inhales and exhales. Let each inhale be a little fuller than the one before, and each exhale a little softer, smoother, deeper. And as your breath deepens, starting to feel that multi-dimensional quality of each breath in and out. Feeling the expansion through the ribs and the lungs as you breathe deeply in. Letting there be a softening from all sides as you let go. As you exhale out. Expanding through the ribs as you breathe in. And letting it go as you exhale. And taking a few more breaths like that, starting to feel yourself breathing down deep in the lungs first, down by the belly. Letting them expand all the way up to the collarbones, the top of the lungs. And as you exhale, starting at the top, the collarbones, and exhaling all the way down and out through the belly. And breathing into the side body from the hips all the way up to the armpits. Deep breath in. And letting it go from the hips or the armpits all the way down to the hips. And then feeling the breath in the back body. Breathing into the low back, mid back, upper back. And exhale, letting it go from the shoulder blades, dropping down to the low back. Take one more deep breath in. And let it go. And bring one hand to heart center, one hand to belly. Sending thanks, sending gratitude for getting on your mat today, for whatever got you here. And seeing if there's any further intention, dedication, or focus for your practice, the rest of your day, maybe the rest of the week. Maybe just stick to the rest of your day. Noticing what's bubbling to the surface, if you're growing into anything or being called towards anything. And keeping an open mind and heart for things to shift and change. Releasing the hands back down to the lap and gently drop the chin towards chest. If you have to change the way you're seated, feel free to do that. And then sitting up nice and tall through the spine as you drop the chin towards chest, lengthening through the back of the neck. And slowly rolling the head side to side, draw the ear towards shoulder. Chin comes back towards chest, over to the other side. And just gently taking it from side to side here, noticing what's showing up in the neck. And as you do so, can you soften the muscles in the face? Relax the jaw. Relax through the tongue. Just noticing as you go through your practice today, if the shoulders, the neck, the jaw start to tense up, can you recognize that happening and soften again? And pausing next time the head's over to the right, letting the shoulders drop. Slowly nod the head yes. Feeling the stretch move to the back of the neck, to the front of the neck. Then drop the chin towards chest, take it over to the other side. As you do so, you might need to relax the shoulders again. Slowly nod the head yes. Soften through the jaw. And let the chin drop towards chest again. Inhale the head up. And begin to roll through the shoulders. Take them up, back, and down. And then shrug the shoulders up and release. And shrug up and down. And up and down. One more time up and down. And then drop the head over to the right again, bringing the right hand on top of the head for a little extra weight. And stretch the left arm out to the side, reaching through the fingers. Finding that sweet spot of the arm stretching out, what angle feels best so you get the most stretch down the left side of the neck. Mine is right about there. And just staying there, reaching out through fingers, soften the jaw. You can let the jaw just hang. And then release the left hand back down. Use your right fingertips to press the head up. Hand drops down, roll through shoulders. Just some gentle shoulder rolls. And then take the head over to the other side. Left hand comes on top of the head for a little extra weight. Soften the shoulders. And stretch out through your right hand. Reaching through the fingers, finding whatever height with that arm works so you feel the most stretch down the side of the neck. Then just staying there, breathing deeply, soften through the face and the jaw. And release the hand down. Left hand presses the head back up. Bring both hands down, roll through shoulders. And curl back through the spine, drawing belly button towards spine, chin towards chest. Inhale, arc, open, look up. And curl back in. And arc, open. Curling back in. And arc, open. One more time, curling in. And arc, open. Come back to neutral. Inhale, arms sweep out and up, stretch tall. Exhale, out and down. Inhale, arms out and up, reach tall. And take it out and down. And one more time, reach tall. Bring it over to the right, walking the fingers out, stretch through the left side. Relax the neck and shoulders. Opening up through your left ribs as you stay here. And as you inhale, come up and tip over to the left side, walking the left hand out, right arm stretches overhead. Soften the neck and shoulders, open up through the right ribs. Inhale, coming up, both arms reach high. Exhale the arms out and down and interlace the hands back behind you. Roll the shoulders back, broaden across the collarbones. Opening up through the front body. Take the head over to the right. Drop the chin down. Take it over to the other side. Drop the chin down. Come back through center. Notice which thumb is on top with the fingers crossed. Change the cross of the fingers so the other thumb's on top. And then bring the hands over to the right side. Keeping the hands interlaced, hug your elbows in, relax the shoulders. Drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. Oh, a nice juicy stretch to your left side of the neck. And slowly nod yes. And pause. Inhale the head up. Take the hands straight back, drawing the fists down towards the floor. Open up across the chest. And then take it over to the left side. Hug the elbows in, relax the shoulders. Drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Opening up to the right side of the neck. And a little nod, yes again. Pause and center. Inhale the head up. Take the hands straight back again, drawing them down. Open up across the collarbones. And then release, give the hands a shake out. Arms a shake out, head a little shake out. Bring the legs out in front of you. Extending them nice and long. And then noticing if in coming out of whatever seat you were just in, if the legs are super stiff and tight, you might want to think about sitting up a little higher, using more support next time so that the legs are okay when you come out, giving them a little wiggle. Point and flex through your toes. Circle through ankles. Taking them one way and then the other. And then use both feet to write your name. Moving through the ankles, the foot in as many ways as possible. And then write your name backwards. Make sure you're still a little awake in your head still. Give the legs a little shake. Bend the knees, bring the feet wide, and let the knees fall side to side. I'm starting to get into the hips a little more. Then pause and center. Bring the legs over to one side and come up to a tabletop. And as you find yourself in your tabletop with the knees right underneath hips, fingers spread wide under shoulders, you can take a blanket, a towel, or just fold your mat up for a little extra cushion under the knees if the knees are feeling sensitive. And then sweep your feet over to the right. Look over your shoulder at your feet in a C curve. Come back through center. Take it over to the other side. And center. And to the right. And center. And to the left. Come back through center. And begin to circle the hips around. Starting in smaller circles and then building out. And if the wrists start to feel sensitive here, you can work on fists. You can roll the edge of your mat up, which gives the heels of the hands a little extra lift so there's not as much of an angle. So just noticing these options as you start to move, noticing if you need anything different as you move around. What would feel supportive today? What would feel good for you today? Making those circles nice and big, keeping them big as you circle the other way. Going all the way around. And then starting to make figure eights with the hips. And once your body kind of figures out how to do that, change the direction, figure eight the opposite way. And then find your way back to neutral again, adjusting hands and knees if you need to. Circle through the rib cage, taking it all the way around. Going one way and then the other. And come back to neutral again. Walk your hands out in front of you. Shift forward and lower down onto your belly. Stretch back through your toes. Elongate through the legs. Reach your hands out in front of you. Stretch from fingers to toes. Take a deep breath in. And let it go. Keeping the feet down on the ground. The legs nice and strong. Muscles hugging to the bones. Walk your hands wider apart, wider than your mat. Take them back towards you a little bit, elbows high. Inhale, lifting up. Turn to look one way. And turn to look the other. What's going on over there? Come back through center, lower down. Walk your hands back towards you a couple more inches. Inhale, coming up. Turn to look one way, little stretch to the side of the neck. Turn to look the other. Come back through center, lower down. One more time, walking the hands back. Inhale, come up. And turn to look one way. And then the other. Come back through center. And lower down. Bring the hands to land by the sides of the chest. Press yourself back on up to a tabletop. And as you inhale, arc open. Exhale, curl in. And arc open. And curl in. And again, arc open. And curl in. Come back to a neutral tabletop. Bring the knees wider apart, big toes to touch. Reach the hips back for heels, child's pose. Stretch your hands out in front of you, reaching from your hips all the way to your fingertips. Then walk the hands over to the right side. Open up through the left ribs, from your hip all the way to your pinky finger. Come back through center. Take it over to the other side. Stretch through your right ribs. Come back through center. Walk your hands back towards you. Curl your toes under. And coming into a little squat. You can move any props out of the way for now. So in your little squat, start to drop one knee down and then the other, opening up the bottoms of the feet, the toes. If this doesn't feel good for your knees or your feet, you can go right into a standing forward fold and we'll meet you there. If it feels okay, just go a little bit to side. Then pause in center. Inhale, look up. As you exhale, heels come down, hips lift high, fold over. Inhale, come back to your little squat, look up, only if that feels okay in your body. Exhale, fold. If it doesn't feel okay, stay here in your standing fold. We're almost done. One more time, squat down, look up, inhale. Exhale, fold. And then hang out here, knees bent as much as you need to. Relax the shoulders, let the head be heavy. Shake the head, yes, yes, yes. And no, no, no. Lose any layers if you're warming up a little bit. As you breathe in, come halfway up, hands slide up to shins or thighs, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, coming halfway up, lengthen through the spine, sliding the hands up the legs. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees and roll all the way up to standing, taking your time to get there. When you reach the top, begin to swim the arms forward. And then swim the arms back. Take your feet a little wider apart, arms come wide, do a little test run to see that you're not going to hit a wall or a bookcase or anything. And then begin to let the arms just flop by the sides of the body as you turn side to side here. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Arms hitting against you like they were empty coat sleeves. Feet can stay firmly planted, or you can start to let one heel lift and then the other as you twist side to side. That will give you a little bit of a deeper twist, so if the back is feeling sensitive, you might want to keep the heels down and go a little smaller. Just taking a few more times side to side, letting the shoulders relax. The neck relax. If you're doing work from home and sitting a lot at home, this can be a nice one to just break up any work time. Get out of your chair, let the arms just flop. And then begin to slow things down. Let the movement find its own stopping point. Eyes can close or the gaze can just come to the floor. I'm feeling that tingling in the fingers and arms as the energy swirls and settles. Taking a deep breath in and sigh out. Blink the eyes open, walk your feet a little closer together, and start to tip to the left as the right hand slides up the ribs. And then go to the other side, left hand slides up ribs. Just going side to side, opening up through one side and then the other. And just letting the spine move from left to right. So we go through all the different movements of the spine here. We did twists. We're doing some more side to side. We did front and back movement when we were doing cat and cow on hands and knees. Just moving through the whole spine. And take it one more time to each side. And then find your way back to center. Stepping to the front of your mat. Inhale the arms up. Take hold of the right wrist, pull over to the left. And up. And taking hold of left wrist, pull over to right. Come back up. Arms come out and down. Bend the knees, bring the hands to the low back. Straightening the legs, press your hips forward, heart lifts up. Inhale, back up. Exhale, fold, hands slide down the legs. Breathing in, come halfway up with the flat back. Hands slide up to shins or thighs. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, roll all the way up. And taking that one more time, arms sweep out and up. Take hold of the right wrist, pull over to the left. And up, and over to the other side. And up. Arms come out and down, bend the knees, hands come to the low back. Straighten the legs, press the hips forward, heart lifts up. Inhale up, exhale, fold. And coming halfway up again, and fold. Bend the knees, roll all the way up, take your time to get there. When you reach the top, right foot is forward, left foot steps back on an angle, about 45 degrees, allowing the hips, ribs, shoulders to face forward again. Keeping that back heel anchored down, hands start on the hips, bend your front knee. Continuing to turn the hips, ribs, shoulders forward. Reach up tall through the top of the head. And then reach the arms back, hugging the shoulder blades towards each other. Turning the inner elbows and the palms to face up. And your open-hearted warrior here. Take a peek to see that the front knee is tracing over middle toes, so it's not knocking in or out. Back heel is anchored down, back knee is nice and open. Relax the shoulders. Stretch up tall through the top of the head. And then just staying here, broad across the collarbones. Strengthening the muscles in your upper back. Breathing deeply. So as we stay in poses for a little bit longer, the muscles start to get an idea of what we're trying to do, either in softening, slackening them, or in strengthening them, or stretching them. So just giving the muscles some time to catch on. Taking 2 more breaths here. And on your next inhale, sweep the arms high. Take hold of your left wrist, pull over to the right. Pause there for a breath. Let it go. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands come out and down. Bring the hands back to the hips. Tip yourself forward. Lift the back heel and bending the knee, hop the foot in. Relax and do any little moves that feel good after that. Little shake out. Left foot stays forward, step your right foot back. Anchoring down through the back heel. Start to turn the hips, ribs, shoulders forward. If you feel a little unsteady, feet can move more side to side, so wider than hip distance. And then bend your front knee. Keep that back heel down, open up through the back knee. Roll the shoulders back, stretch up tall through the top of the head. Hands fly back again, turning the palms, inner elbows up, softening the shoulders down, broadening across the collarbones. Just noticing for yourself here too, did you turn your arms this way? And are you all rolled forward? If you feel like that, take them the other way, roll them back. Reaching up tall through the neck, soften the shoulders away from your ears. Relax the jaw. Relax the tongue. And then breathing here for a few more breaths. Staying in your open-hearted warrior. Then on your next inhale, sweep the hands high. Take hold of your right wrist, pull over to the left. Inhale back to center. Arms come out and down. Bring the hands to the hips. Tip yourself forward. Lift up the back heel. Bending the knee. Hop it in. And then shake it out or do anything that feels good. Oh. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive over the legs. Knees bending as much as you need to. Take hold of your elbows. Sway a bit side to side. Then let go of the arms, shake the head, yes, yes, yes. And no, no, no. Bend the knees, roll all the way up. Inhale, arms up. Take hold of your right wrist, pull over to the left. Then let your right arm just flop on your head, left arm hangs. Either staying here, getting some stretch through your right side, or if you want a little more of a challenge, more of a stretch, look down. Right foot steps behind the left. Have some space between the feet. Find a distance that feels comfortable and stable. And then begin to tip to the left some more. Relax the shoulders, breathing deeply. And then just staying here. Noticing as you stay how there's a bit more space that starts to open up between the ribs. A bit more space opening up in the waist and the space between your right hip and the right bottom rib. Let your left arm just hang. See if you can get the breath to slow down. Stay here for 2 more breaths. Then on your next inhale, come up. Release the arm. Step the foot back if you stepped it. And do any little moves that feel good to release that. Inhale, arms sweep high. Take hold of your left wrist, pull over to the right. And then let the left arm flop on your head, right arm flops down. Either staying here for a gentler variation, both feet just stay as they are, open up for your left ribs. If you want to go a little further, left foot steps behind the right. Find a position that feels stable, and then start to tip a little bit more. So you may have noticed on the first side, we're here for a little while. And in staying like this, you may have noticed on the first side, you went a little too far. It started to hurt, it started to be uncomfortable. If that's the case, just come out of this a little more. Let it be gentle. No pain, right? We don't go to the point of pain here. And just breathing into this. Start to feel the rib cage opening up on the left. Some more space through your left side, left hip. If you feel tight or tense anywhere, can you relax even just a little bit? Breathe into those places. Let your jaw slacken. Let your right arm hang here. Personifying your own little Greek garden statue. And on your next inhale, come up. Release the arm. Step the foot back. And take some shoulder rolls. Up, back, and down. And then if you're not at the top front of your mat again, come to the front of the mat. You may want a wall for this though. So if that's the case, leave your mat, find a wall. Standing on your right leg, take hold of the left. Do I want to go that side? I don't. Standing on your left leg, take hold of the right. Rooting down through your left foot, reach up tall through the top of the head. And then just taking a peek. If your right knee is in front of the left, draw it back so it's either in line or a little bit behind, getting a bit more open through the front of the leg. And then reaching up tall through the top of the head again. Holding the inside of the foot, so I'll show you from this side. Holding the inside of the foot allows the shoulder to roll open, whereas if you hold the outside, the shoulder rolls forward. See the difference there? So forward, inside, open up back. So roll the shoulder back, holding your foot, playing with your balance. Sitting up nice and tall, root down through your left foot, stretch up through the top of the head. If you're playing with your balance here, notice if you've stopped breathing to balance, take a breath, let it go. Extra credit if you want to go a little crazier. Let go of the foot, see if you can hold it there. Say hello to your glutes, say hello to your hamstrings. Woo. And then let it go. Oh my goodness. Take some circles through the hips. Yeesh. One way and then the other. Getting yourself all ready for your second side. And standing on your right foot, take hold of the left. Noticing if that knee is popping in front, draw it back. Stand up nice and tall. Hold the inner edge of the foot so you can roll the shoulder back. And noticing, like in your open-hearted warrior, if you're holding the inner edge, but your arm is turned like this and you're all closed, we've gone the wrong way. So open up the other way. Thumb pointing back, inner elbow open. Breathing here, playing with your balance, opening up through the front of the leg, these muscles that are usually shorter on most of us. Nice and strong through the body. Breathing deeply. Is one side easier to balance on than the other? And then again, if you want that extra adventure, let go of the foot, hold the leg in place. Say hello to your glutes, your hamstrings. Stay there. Oh. This time bend your standing leg, reach your left foot way back, and then turn to open up to the side of the mat. That's why I didn't want to do the other leg first. There's a reason for everything. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, out and down. Bring the hands to the low back. Press the hips forward, heart lifts up. Inhale, back up. And fold, hands sliding down the legs and just landing either on the floor or your blocks. Knees can bend as much as you need to right here so the torso can really release. Thinking of this more as the back getting to lengthen towards the floor rather than stretching the backs of the legs. Sway a bit side to side. Bend into one knee and then the other. Pause in center. Right hand either on the floor or the block. Left hand sweeps out and up, stretching tall towards the sky. And take some big circles through the left arm, going one way and the other. Reach the fingers high to the sky again, either staying there or bend the elbow, wrap the hand behind the back. Elbow pulls back, twist open. If you have the arm extended, pull the arm back, twist open. So either way, take a deep breath in wherever you are. Let it go. Inhale, stretch the arm high again. Exhale the hand down. Pause and just notice the two sides. Then left hand stays down, right arm sweeps out and up, stretch tall. Take some big circles through the arm, going one way and the other. And then reach up tall, Bend the elbow, wrap the hand behind the back. Pull the elbow back, twist open. And again, if you want to keep the arm just straight here, can you pull the straight arm back, twist open. Taking a deep breath, let it go. Inhale, reach through the arm again. Exhale the hand down. Shift the weight back towards your heels, get light in the toes. Walk your hands forward. And as you walk your hands forward, be nice and light in the fingertips because the weight is back in the heels. Imagine someone pulling your hips back and feel that length through the spine. Let your head just hang in that space between the arms, long through the back of the neck. Take a deep breath in and sigh out. And then walk the hands back in. Take them over to the right side, pivoting your feet around to face the front of your mat again. And then lower the back knee down. From here, if the back knee is feeling bony, you can take your blanket, towel, whatever you have. If you don't have any of those, you can also just fold the edge of your mat up. That might give you enough cushion. I like my blanket. And then sink your hips a little lower. Make sure your front knee isn't coming way past your ankle. If it is, just walk your toes forward. Bring the hands to stack on the knee. Peel yourself up. Relax the shoulders down. Turn to peek one way and the other. Come back to center. Bring the hands down. Bring your right arm on the inside of the leg. And then take them for a walk to the left, either on the floor or you can walk your blocks over. Take a peek to see that your knee isn't following you. You want your knee to stay back. Staying here either with straight arms or option to bend the elbows out, melt down. Press back up. Walk your hands back. Bring the left hand either on the floor or your block, right hand to the right knee. Press into the knee and twist, gazing out over the top shoulder. And then bring both hands down, frame the front foot again. Curl the back toes under, lift the back knee off the ground, walk the hands around. Pivot the feet, and then take them all the way to the back of your mat. Pivoting around to the back of your mat, drop the right knee down, sink the hips low, walking those front toes forward so the knee still stacks over the ankle. Bring your hands to stack on the front knee, roll the shoulders back, peeling yourself away from the thigh, soften the shoulders, stretch up tall through the top of the head. And turn to look one way, and turn to look the other. Come back to center, bring your hands down. Left hand comes on the inside of the leg. Keep that knee over the foot, don't let it follow you as you take your hands for a walk over to the right. Either on the floor or your blocks. I'll show you the blocks if you want to be a little bit higher. And then either staying with straight arms or bend the elbows wide, heart melts down. Press back up. Hands or blocks, walk back. Right hand stays down, left hand comes to the knee. Press into the knee and twist. Gaze out over that top shoulder. And then gently release. If you're using the blocks, they look like this. Curl the back toes under, lift the knee off the ground. Walk your hands or your blocks around to the wide side of your mat again. Shift the weight back to your heels, lighten your toes, and once more taking the hands forward, either on the blocks or the floor. Knees bending as much as you need to here, lengthen through the spine. And then look forward towards your hands. The left hand walks underneath the right as you start to turn and twist underneath your right arm. And then come back out. Then take your right hand, walk it under the left, twist underneath the left arm. And come back out. Walk your hands back towards you. Take them over to the right, pivoting the feet. Drop the back knee down. Step the front foot back. Knees come wider apart. Big toes touch. Reach the hips back for heels, child's pose. And then taking the most comfortable version of child's pose for you. So it could be hands outstretched. It might be arms by the sides. You can even thread through, turn your head to one side. This is the one that I've been liking lately. You may also like just stacking hands for the head to rest on, stacking fists, using those blocks to rest the head on if you have them. So find a restful spot. Take a moment to pause in your practice. Breathe into the back body. Breathing into the low back, mid back, upper back, and softening the muscles. And if you have your head turned one direction and it's comfortable to turn it the other way, you can do so now. Relax, release into this pose. And then bring the arms to land by your knees. And slowly roll on up. Bring the hips over to one side. Extend the legs out in front of you. Give them a little wiggle and a shake. Point and flex. Circle through ankles. Taking them one way and then the other. Scoot yourself forward. Sit about halfway down your mat and lower down onto your back. Keep the knees bent, feet on the floor. And bring one hand to land on heart center, one hand on the belly. Eyes can close. We're just gazing up at the ceiling. Inviting a deep breath in. And let it go. Hug the knees in towards you. Rock a bit side to side, massaging out the back. And with a hand on each knee, circle the knees away from each other. Go one way and then the other. Keep your right knee hugged in, extend your left leg long. Relax the shoulders. And then switch legs, hug your left leg in, extend your right leg long. And then hug both knees in, rock a bit side to side again. Keeping the knees hugged in, bring the arms out wide, palm facing up for a terrific day in this T position. So making a T for a terrific day. Relax the shoulders. Knees fall over to the left. And either let them land on the floor or build up the floor to meet you with any props that you have around. Both arms can stay extended out in this T position. Or the left hand can come and rest on the legs. just making that contact between hand and leg. Relax the shoulders, making adjustments with the arm if you need to. And turning the head in whatever direction feels most comfortable. And when you finally land in that spot, let everything surrender into the floor. Legs get heavier, arms get heavier. Relax through the neck, soften the muscles in the face. Relax the jaw. Starting to surrender even more into the shape. Can you let go of the doing and just be here? Then bring the head back to center. Inhale, knees come back to center, arms wide. And let the legs come over to the right, either to the floor or build the floor up to meet you, placing anything underneath the legs to make it a gentler twist. Arms can stay extended or right hand can come to the legs. Soften the shoulders and turning the head in whatever direction feels good for your neck. Taking a deep breath in again. And side up. Relax, release into the support beneath you. Allow gravity to assist you. Take one more deep breath in here. Let it go. Then bring the head back to center. Inhale, knees come back to center. Give them a little hug again, rocking side to side. Then shifting into your final posture of Shavasana, your final relaxation. You can take this straight up on the floor. You can take any props or layers you like here. I'm going to move these blocks out of my way. Find my socks again. So if you feel chilly at all, good idea to put some layers on. You can use any blankets you have around as a blanket. You can use a blanket as a pillow. So doing what you need to do to get comfy, cozy. And finding a comfortable resting spot. So if lying flat on the back isn't comfortable, you can be on the back with the knees bent, which might feel better for your low back if it's feeling sensitive. You can do this on your side with any props. You can rest on your belly. And when you found your resting spot, allow the eyes to close. Take a deep breath in. And sigh it out. And take another deep breath in. And let it go. Relax, release. And give yourself this time for the benefits of your practice to find their way inside. Give yourself this time to recharge. So as much as movement is necessary, taking the time to rest is also necessary. Allow each breath to draw you deeper into your relaxation. And gently starting to come back by bringing a soft attention into the breath. Noticing where you feel the breath in the body. And taking in a fuller, more energizing inhale, followed by a soft, smooth exhale. Beginning to bring back any little movements that feel natural. So I might start with the wiggling of fingers and toes. There may be a stretch calling your name. And then bending one knee and the other, bring the feet to the floor. Allow the head to flop side to side. And then turn on over to one side, resting there on your side. You can use the bottom arm as a pillow for the head if you like. Taking a moment in this transition. How are you feeling here? What quality is present? And then in any way that feels sweet and supportive, start to help yourself back on up to your comfortable seat. The eyes can stay closed or just keeping a soft fuzzy gaze as you come up so the attention stays inside a little while longer. As you find your seat, notice any shifts or changes as you sit here. Any shifts or changes from when you started your practice today? What are you aware of now? And bring one hand to heart center, other hand rests on top of it. Bowing the head towards hands and heart, thank yourself for showing up, for playing yoga today, and giving yourself this gift of time on your mat. Inhale the head up. And bow to the wonder and wisdom within you. Namaste. May you all be well, may you all be safe and healthy. Bye.